Hi everyone. Today I have a special guest, former two-time world champion, again on the boxing zone, Regis Prograis. My name is Michael Adamczyk. Good to see you, man.
But nice to see you too, bro. Nice to see you again.
Let's get it straight to. I want to start with your last fight against Jojo Diaz. No hype, no sugarcoating. That was the one of the most exciting fights of the year. The pace,
Right.
the exchanges, everything. Really, that was real. How do you look at this fight now with some time behind it?
I mean, for me to fight, bro, it was just like you said, it was exciting. And for me, that's kind of what I want to be in. I want to be exciting fights. I want to be for me, when I started boxing, I want to be exciting fight. Of course, I want to, be a world champion, but I also want to be exciting. And that's kind of what it was. It was just a very exciting fight. And I'm glad it happened that way. And I'm not gonna lie, so this was the first time I ever did a training camp outside of my home. The whole time I trained in Vegas, I trained real hard, and I'm glad for me, bro. I'm so glad that I did that. I'm so glad that I went train. I trained abroad. It was no distractions. It was just all training all day long for 2 months straight. So, and looking back on the fight, I'm not gonna lie, I underestimated JoJo for sure. I was like, man, I'm gonna run through JoJo really easy, but I'm glad that I trained hard and looking back on the fight, man, it was exciting. And so far, it should be fight of the year. So far, we still got a ways away until January, but so far it might be fight of the year contender. So hopefully we get it.
Regis, I remember when we were both sitting the ringside for the Foster Conceição rematch. You were coming off the loss to Jack Cutter, and there were the voices about you moving to welterweight, to 147 division. But I remember you told me directly that no, 140 is my division, and I still have to do the job to do there. But
Right.
Regis, you're 36 now, very experienced. But does making 140 still come naturally for you, or there is a more challenge today?
I still can do it, bro. That's the thing. If you look at my body, I stay in shape year round, bro. I stay training year round. The only thing changes is my nutrition. Once I'm in camp, I have a nutrition. I have a chef, and then I do have a nutritionist. So for me, I feel like I do want to stay at 140. It's just something about it. I know I can easily move to 147, put on muscle, but it's like I'm more of a what you call it. I'm more of a legacy guy, bro. To where like it's never been 140. It's never been a three-time 140-pound champion. So if I do that, it'll be the first person that did in history. So I feel like I kind of do want that before I go to 147. I did, and I always want to go to 147. That's something I always want to put on muscle. But it's just like, man, like right now, I feel like I can still make 140. So like, why not? A lot of fighters they not disciplined as I am. I'm disciplined not just in camp, but I'm disciplined outside of camp. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and I try to, as far as like the food, I try to eat right year round, and of course, I try to train year round too, except when I'm traveling. So I still can, for me right now, I still can do 140.
After the fight like that one you had with Jojo Diaz, I just don't believe there are no the real offers for you. Please tell me, are there opportunities actually there, or there's maybe something going behind the scenes?
Listen, honestly, brother, I really don't know. I haven't heard nothing. I thought I was gonna fight before the beginning of the year, but now it's probably gonna be next year, probably January or February. Like so. I am going to Dallas tomorrow. I'm going for the fight. The Erickson Lubin fight and Virgil Ortiz. They fight tomorrow. They fight Saturday in Dallas. So I'm going to that, and that is Golden Boy. So hopefully I do hear something. Hopefully I do hear something out there.
But what does your day to day look like right now? I mean, in terms of training structure, routine, preparation.
Right. I train every day. That's the main thing. I wake up, I make sure I train every day. That's the thing. I do a bunch of investments. So I'm always like today I had to do business meetings today. And just really right now, what I try to do more than anything else, I try to be with my kids more than anything. Because when I'm in training camp, I'm in Vegas for 2 months straight and I can't be around my kids at all. So it like as I'm getting older, it's more draining emotionally on me because I can't be around my kids. That's the hardest thing about it. That's the hardest thing about camp. Physically, I'm good. I can do this all day. I can be in gym all day long. But to be away from my family, to be away from my kids, that's the thing that kind of hurt me the most right now. But day to day, bro, like the main thing, I wake up, I make sure I wake up and train every day. I do something that's gonna make me better every single day. I don't know if you see my eye. I got a little thing on my eye from I spar yesterday. I just got a little cut on my eye, but I just try to train, bro. I try to live. The thing is, I try to live in training camp. And that's kind of what got me, that's kind of what got me to the top in the first place. And I'm kind of doing that again. I stopped doing it for a while, but I'm kind of doing it again. So I'm trying to I just try to live in camp. I try to live in training camp.
Let's talk about the 140 as it is right now. Who is in your opinion, the best fighter in division today, and why?
I can't say the best fighter in the division. But I feel like the best person that has a belt, that's a champion, is probably Gary Russell. I would think that's probably the best person that has a belt right now. I would think, and I'm not gonna say the best in the division, and then we'll have to see how he does with the Japanese dude he's about to fight. Because I heard that he's good too. He's big, he's tall, he's a southpaw.
Very skilled guy. Yeah.
Yeah, really skilled. So, I got to see how he looks and stuff like that. But right now, for me, I think the best one is Gary Russell. Hitchens is, he's okay. Tio has the biggest name, but I don't think Tio is the best. You have
fight.
Matias out there also. Yeah, I don't think Tio. I'm not really that high on Tio, to be honest. Tio had some good knockouts early in his career, but then Tio does struggle against pure boxing. He struggled a lot, to be honest. He just he kind of built his name off of dancing and getting some pretty nice knockouts. But lately, a lot of times he did struggle in a lot of fights. So I'm not really that. I'm not really high on Tio. But I think for me right now, the best right now in the division, probably not the best in the division, but the best person with a belt, I would say, is Gary Russell.
But if you could choose freely, no politics, no networks, who is the fight that actually excited you the next?
For me, I want to get back to the belt, probably Teofimo, because he's the biggest name. I think Teofimo the biggest name, but he's the easiest one, to be honest. I think, and they have Matias out there too. Matias comes for he's a machine, but I think that it's the game, the blueprint is already out there to beat Matias. So I think everybody has holes in their game, and then Gary Russell, he lost before, so everybody has some type of holes. But I think that right now the easiest champion will probably be Tio, the easiest one, and he has the biggest name.
But when you look ahead, not the past, just what is the part of your story that hasn't been written yet?
I want to be a 3-time champion. That's the main thing. 3-time champion. That's why I keep training every day. That's why I'm so hungry. That's the main thing, right? That's the only thing I'm missing, bro. I feel I just want to be a 3-time champion right now. I can then, and I say maybe I can retire after that, but at the same, I love boxing so much to where I feel like I still probably can't walk away. I will still be hungry for more. But right now, that's kind of what I'm really chasing right now. I really want to be a 3-time champion, and I'm gonna just keep. And the thing is, like, staying consistent, staying dedicated to the craft, and staying consistent. So, yeah, that's the main thing I want right now, to be a 3-time champion.
Regis, thanks a lot for your time. We wish you good luck and take care.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you.